2 dingers to start things off. Double shots for the King, MV Young here with the Den of Desire with the 4th line in tag team action.
MV Young standing amongst his students tonight in this big field of honor. What the hell?
I thought I took that.
Where did he get that? Is that being sanitized?
I need to address something because tomorrow night it's a retribution of the Steel City Killers, and 4 of these men are going to be representing 880 Wrestling. And clearly that's a big mistake. So allow me to present you with an excellent alternative in any one of us. Because trust me, we're not going to get the job done if we rely on a bunch of hockey nerds or hoe-bag hussies.
Hoe-bag hussies?
Oh my God!
Well, that's fight words. Ring the damn bell, says George. Here we go in the main event of TNF. Sheesh.
Some guy named John throwing the glove and Marco Narciso firing the first round, and it is started here tonight, a Field of Honor tag team match, and it is nothing but chaos. Some guy named John taking a head to the pole, Joe Murphy getting powdered to the outside, MV standing alone in the ring.
Where did that John microphone come from, that sneak?
Yeah, I guess there's plenty of room in his pants for it.
Yeah, right. Starting off the retribution of the Steel City Killers 24 hours early.
Everybody's outside. Marco has a paddle.
Well, sure, Marco has a paddle, but it utilized in wrestling tonight.
I'm just surprised it's not bigger.
Yeah.
Brohemoth, some guy named John, and Mike Bonner teaming up on Marco Narciso. Oh, they are getting a little close to the cars outside.
Who drives a red Prius besides me here?
I don't know, but we'll find out. Watch out, CL!
Oh, into the door. MV Young throws Joe Murphy, the king in his castle, walking out to the block now.
It is anarchy here tonight in our main event of Thursday Night Fights. As you have been with us since the beginning of the show, thank you for sticking around.
Yeah, we're having fun up here tonight.
We certainly are. I can't tell who's got the upper hand team-wise, though. Brandon St. James dragging in Mike Bonner. MV taking chops to Joe Murphy. Brohemoth manhandling Blizzy Blake. Some guy named John crawling back into the depths from whence he came.
They're all centering back into the ring here. They're all congesting this middle aisle here. Referee George Ross attempting to get control, but in this case, I understand why he can't. It is lax rules here on Dottie Block, so this could go all night if we wanted to.
Oh, Joe Murphy with a big chin drop. Mike Bonner and Brandon St. James exchanging arms. Blizzy, Marco getting the upper hand on Brohemoth and handing off to Blizzy with the paddle. Murphy taking a chop. Anarchy.
Chop heard blasted around the walls here. Mike Bonner now working on MV Young. Bro with Blizzy Blake.
Some guy named John getting the upper hand on Marco Narciso. Mike Bonner getting the upper hand on MV Young. This anarchy is starting to go the wrong direction. Mike Bonner head first into that door. No,
there's our king.
Some guy named John, tried to throw a hand at Casey Ward. Casey Ward took him straight out and now taking out Joe Murphy.
Meanwhile, in the ring, I don't know that anyone sees this.
MV Young with a lot of confidence, and now, wait a minute, they're all seem to be gathering in the middle.
Blizzy Blake
going up top
is in those purple clouds up there. Blizzy Blake is gonna fly high like it's 421. The underboss of the Den of Desire with a paddle in his hand.
Everyone down except for RJ Booker, who takes advantage and is dragging Blake to the post. Watch out, referee George.
RJ Booker, the only one getting himself out of dodge, and that allows the Brotherhood Combat Club, to take the first advantage of this match. Before this was just other chaos, Tatiana.
It's nothing but chaos, but the match can only end in the ring. RJ Booker using his shirt to choke Blake. This man may be a chaos-enriched match, but weapons are not allowed, as referee George is showing now.
Kind of not allowed. I mean, it is Dottie block, but that was a great toss there by George Ross. And now,
absolutely delightful. Lizzie Blake all alone in the ring as the teams are starting to refine their way back to the corner. I don't think he knows where he is.
All day RJ Booker in there with Blizzy Blake. Our main event of Thursday night fights, 5-on-5. Again, we're 24 hours away from the retribution of the Steel City Killers. The 880 championship on the line tomorrow night, as well as Black Hand Society versus Team A80. Keith Hott tries to get the TNF championship off of Nick's Wild. Department of Jocks in action. David Lawless versus Aleo Dreams. We got an all-star coming to the party tomorrow, and so much more.
Lizzie Blake in a very dangerous spot right now in the corner of the opposing team. Mike Bonner now taking his turn to throw a couple of shots at Blake. And of course, throwing some verbal shots at Brandon St. James of all people.
Of all people.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see Brotherhood versus Fourth Line someday in the future, but tonight it's Anarchy versus Chaos.
Yeah. Now, Blizzy Blake has not been 100% coming back from a knee injury, coming back from a wrist injury. And he is in there tonight, muscled up as always, in great shape week by week.
You can be in incredible shape. If your body is hurting, though, that puts you at a disadvantage.
No matter the shape you're in.
I give a lot of props to Blake. Wrestling while you are hurt is nothing to sniff at. That said, this may not have been the smartest decision for Blake to come in. He's got to get his way. He's got to find his way back to his corner if this team has any chance of winning tonight.
Brotherhood like sharks circling in the water currently. Oh, nice. Cool. We have kids here, RJ.
I don't think that stopped anyone.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Brotherhood setting up and taking out Marco.
That's not gonna do him any favors.
Big punt kick to Blizzy Blake, posed up like a football. Casey Ward breaking up the pin, getting some payback after getting knocked off the apron.
Oh, come on now. Okay. Some guy named John, the Gentrifier, has been tagged into this one.
I don't think George saw the tag. Currently speaking.
I don't think John cares. We saw that one.
Joe Murphy coming in now. Buddy Zink taking their time with Blizzy Blake. A combination into the back elbow there. I've seen this before. Some back and forth from the buddies.
I wish I never saw this. But of course, yes, I'm obligated to say tomorrow, Buddies Incorporated's new book coming out here and will be released. Oh, taking it to the woodshed one too many times. Collision at third base.
Here we go.
SGNJ and Joe Murphy. Uh-oh.
Here comes the king.
Guess whose block this is, Joe? Guess whose block this is, John?
Knocking the buddies down one at a time.
Oh.
Absolutely tossing some guy named John like a ragdoll, nearly taking out the head of some guy named John with the body of Joe Murphy.
Oh.
Big flying and rolling senton.
Big flip all the way from the Eaton Park Buffet, the king of Pittsburgh. Flying. Oh, here we go, broken down again. Well,
George the Ref is giving up and is just trying to keep himself safe and aware. Everybody's in the ring now throwing hands.
He's buzzing like a beehive on TNF.
Wait a minute.
Got him against the ropes here. Our favorites whipped against the ropes.
They caught each other. They caught themselves.
Low bridge is coming down.
Goodbye, everybody.
That leaves Brohemoth, the Gigabyte Grizzly, in the ring eating some super kicks here. Big forearm. So much to get this big guy down.
This is the kind of advantage you want to have on somebody the Gigabyte Grizzly size. You want the numbers. You want everybody getting ready to fire up and throw a shot.
Oh!
Big drop kick to the corner from MV Young. Marco Narciso.
What is this going on here? Uh-oh.
I don't think he realizes what's happening outside.
Flip over the ropes. Eat that, Joe Murphy. Diving through the ropes is Blizzy Blake.
Coming to the rescue.
Look out below, Casey War.
There he goes. And that leaves Satan's favorite saint, who is no stranger. Who's no stranger to danger.
We want it, BSJ.
We want it.
From Negative Outlook Wrestling to Evil Ways to 880 Wrestling, it is Satan's favorite saint, and he's on the move.
Big flipping over the ropes. Everyone's down except for the saint.
Happy Thursday, everybody.
Absolute anarchy again, and they are loving this.
Put some energy into the crowd here for this big 5-on-5 main event.
It seems somebody's in the ring. Somebody's still in the ring. I wonder if the fourth line is going to take advantage now that they have the upper hand. I think it's some guy named John going for a line.
Cross cutter. Back to the 7th aisle of Whole Foods goes John.
But wait a minute, from behind, there's Joe Murphy. I don't think Brandon has realized.
Of all Murphys to be in there right now, Joe setting up.
No.
Oh, pedigree!
He hit a pedigree!
Goodness.
I don't think St. James saw that coming, but I don't think Joe Murphy sees Casey War catching, turning around.
The big thumper. Oh. Cradling him down.
And Casey Ward kicking out the trash.
I'll turn around, Casey. It's that clothesline landing on the top of his head.
Mike Bonner is showing off his power. There's Marco Narciso with an incomplete.
Deathadil sends Bonner flying. Marco's in there by himself, but here comes All Day.
RJ Booker!
Oh! Slam from the hood from RJ Booker, but here comes Blizzy Blake. This has gone a mile a minute.
Jameser!
Oh God, it's Bro.
Blizzy Blake in dangerous position.
Well, that put the momentum to the halt, but guess who's here? It's a
King.
KOP. Up on the shoulders.
He's got Brohemoth up!
Bang a ring!
Oh, wait a minute, there's somebody named John! He took out Envy Young!
What?
He caught Envy Young!
What?
He got him! Insanity! I didn't think he had him! That was a reverse DDT from some guy named John! Put the Den of Desire into Mean Buddy's Inc before the celebration can continue!
Some premature celebration, and that's not the only premature thing. Buddy's Inc taking the score here by the Den of Desire.
Setting up.
Oh!
Big splash from Marco. Oh, we've seen this before.
Oh! Flying high is Blizzy Blake.
Buddy's Inc. just a little too confident with that move on Envy Young. Fell right into the hands of the Den of Desire. And it looks like some guy named John is right between the fourth line.
Oh, double minor! 2, and you can ring it up. 880 victorious.
Insanity.
The Den of Desire, the fourth line, Envy Young, the Steel City Killers.
The Steel City Killers, along with the Den of Desire, victorious. And could that be a preview of tomorrow night, when 4 of these 5 men in the ring go in there against the Black Hand Society Hardcore War at the Retribution of the Steel City Killers tomorrow night.
See some playback from this match. Nothing but insanity from everyone. Everyone was ready to throw hands. You saw that big splash from Blizzy Blake, followed pretty shortly by this flipping toss by Brandon St. James. The Steel City Killers taking it to everyone.
Well, we want to thank everybody for being a part of the broadcast this evening. Join us here on Dottie Block tomorrow for the retribution of the Steel City Killers. From the unwilting Tatiana, thank you again for joining us up here.
Thank you for having.
I'm Eamon.
I'm Merlin.
And we're a gay.
And his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.